ADNOC Drilling's Q1 net profit surges by 59%, and Tesla denies it stopped production in Shanghai. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Farrage. ADNOC Drilling's Q1 net profit surged by 59% year-on-year to $175 million, driven by robust growth in its onshore and oilfield services businesses. Revenues in the quarter rose 15% to $601 million. Officials say the jump came on the back of new rigs joining the fleet, with the owned rig fleet reaching 104. With 100 rigs as of March 31st, 2022, ADNOC Drilling is the largest national drilling company in the region in terms of rig fleet size and has a market value of $15.7 billion. Tesla is denying reports it's halted production at its Shanghai plant, but it acknowledged that it's been facing logistics disruptions as China's financial hub remains under tight COVID restrictions. A report published today claimed Tesla has stopped most of its production at its Gigafactory in Shanghai due to the difficulty in securing parts for its electric vehicles. But Tesla says it hasn't received a notice of any Shanghai plant cessation, and some vehicles are currently being made. Meanwhile, the head of Stellantis, Carlos Tavares, says the automotive industry faces a shortage of batteries and raw materials in the years ahead as part of its transition towards electric mobility. The CEO of the world's fourth largest car maker says the battery shortage could happen in 2025 and 2026. He says if there's no battery shortage, there will be significant dependence on Asia. Tavares says heavy raw material extraction could cause a scarcity of raw materials and eventually geopolitical risks. Sony's full-year sales in the 2021 fiscal year rose 10% to $76 billion, helped by its movie unit, electronics products, and the increased popularity of video games during the COVID-19 lockdown. Sales in Sony's movie business in the fiscal year ended March 31st surged more than 50% to $9.5 billion. This was largely due to the success of the Spider-Man No Way Home film. The group also benefited from strong demand for its PlayStation 5 games console. The company has set itself the target of selling 18 million PlayStation 5s in the next business year. Cosmetics giant Coty saw $548.2 million in net revenues in the EMEA region in its third quarter of fiscal year 2022. That's up 16% year-on-year. The region accounted for 46% of Coty's sales. The cosmetic maker's total net revenues rose 15% to a record $1.2 billion in the quarter ended March 31st, 2022. The French company saw a 25% climb in prestige and a 10% rise in consumer beauty revenues. Its prestige division has skincare and fragrances from the Chloé, Gucci, and Burberry brands. Head of State Queen Elizabeth II missed today's ceremonial opening of the UK Parliament for the first time in nearly 60 years. Instead, she handed the duty to her heir, Prince Charles, in a clear sign of the looming transition of power. The 96-year-old monarch usually presides over the event and reads out her government's legislative program, but Buckingham Palace says she skipped the annual showpiece on medical advice. I'm Ramia Farrage. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.